She said I was her safe place, then she took mine. She hugged me before leaving for work like always, but her arms felt colder than usual. I found an unopened box of kitchen tiles hidden under her bed, the same pattern we'd chosen for our dream apartment. That night, I overheard her whispering to someone on the phone about moving in with them. We used to drink hot chocolate on the fire escape, legs dangling into the dark, whispering our dreams into the night air like secrets only we could hold. Sasha and I had shared this two-bedroom in Chicago since we were 22, 3 years of late-night laughter, shared takeout, panic attacks, and rent checks split down the middle. She knew the way I curled up when I was sad, the sound of my laugh when I was faking it, and the names of every boy who'd broken my heart. She once left work early to bring me soup when I had the flu. When my dad died last year, she sat on the bathroom floor with me for hours, just so I wouldn't be alone. We used to talk about living together until we were old, or until one of us got married. It was understood, unspoken but solid, that we'd always have each other. Then one Thursday morning in March, I noticed something strange. The coffee jar, our shared glass jar we kept on the counter, was gone. She always refilled it, always. I figured she'd just run out of time. She'd always been forgetful. But that was the first thing. The first crack. The cracks started showing more often. She stopped sitting with me at night, said she was tired from work and shut her door early. Her texts changed too, shorter, colder, like they were typed mid-conversation with someone else. She used to send me memes every day, silly ones, soft ones, now silence or lol. I asked once half laughing, "You good?" She smiled like a stranger, "Yeah, just tired." I nodded, but the back of my neck felt cold for hours after that. Then came the boxes. One tucked behind the couch. One under the sink. Another near the front door, labeled with masking tape, "Kitchen fragile." I asked about them. She shrugged, "Oh, I'm just decluttering, you know how I get in spring." Sasha never decluttered. Her room looked like an Etsy page exploded. Still, I didn't push. She had been there for me when I lost everything. My dad, my boyfriend, my job during that brutal winter. I owed her space, grace. I owed her the benefit of the doubt. That's the thing about trusting someone. You don't see the lie until it's already sitting in your lap. One night, I woke to the sound of voices. Soft, muffled. She was on the phone. I couldn't hear it all, but I caught fragments. Don't want her to find out yet. Once the lease ends, I'm done. She's too dependent. I lay in bed staring at the ceiling until morning. My hands didn't stop shaking until I was on the train to work. That day, I searched her name on Venmo. She sent someone named Theo 2 payments labeled, "New place houses and floor lamp." My throat closed. She hadn't mentioned anyone named Theo. I tried to bring it up gently. "Hey," I said one evening, "are you thinking of moving?" She blinked. "What?" I saw boxes, and you've been kind of distant." She laughed too quickly. "No, babe, God, no, you're overthinking again. You do that when you're anxious." She pulled me in for a side hug. I melted. Because maybe I was overthinking. Maybe I'd been too sensitive since Dad died. Maybe I was too dependent. She ordered Thai that night. We watched Notting Hill again. She leaned her head on my shoulder. I cried when Julia Roberts said, "I'm just a girl standing in front of a boy." Sasha squeezed my hand. I wanted to believe again. So I did. 2 weeks later, I came home early from work with a migraine. The apartment was quiet. I went to the kitchen to grab painkillers, but stopped. Her laptop was open on the table. Not like Sasha, she always closed it. I wasn't going to snoop. But then I saw the email. Subject: final move-in date. I froze. It was from an apartment complex, a unit number, a move-in time, a lease start April 1st. I clicked slowly, guiltily. The email was between her and Theo Mitchell. They were signing a lease together. No mention of me. No conversation. No heads up. My ears rang. I scrolled further. They had picked out tiles for the bathroom. The same blue and cream ones we'd seen on Pinterest, and saved in a someday folder. The caption under the order read, "For our dream place red." I felt like someone had kicked me in the chest. She came home late that night. I sat at the table with a cup of tea. Waiting. She looked startled when she saw me. "You're home early," she said carefully. I nodded, migraine. She opened the fridge, avoided my eyes. Everything about her was wrong, her movements too stiff, her silence too loud. "Who's Theo?" I asked. She froze, then turned slowly. She didn't lie this time. Instead, she sat across from me and said, "I meant to tell you." I said nothing. Things have changed. I'm ready to move on. You've had a rough year and I didn't want to throw more at you. You didn't even talk to me. I knew you'd take it hard. I'm not your project, Sasha. Her eyes softened. I didn't mean it that way. But I saw it. I saw it in her gaze. The quiet apology that came too late. The guilt she'd been carrying too casually. I was no longer her person. Just her obligation. The next 2 weeks were a blur. I barely ate, barely spoke. She packed quietly. I didn't help. We passed each other like ghosts. She moved out on a Sunday. Didn't hug me, didn't say goodbye. She just left her key on the table and walked out with a box labeled bathroom tiles. That night I lay in my empty apartment, in the cold silence she left behind. It felt like grief. But worse. Because it wasn't death. It was choice. She had chosen someone else. A life I was never invited into. I spent weeks blaming myself. I replayed every conversation, every laugh, every fight. Had I leaned too hard on her after my dad died? Had I been too needy, too small? I deleted our shared playlist. Took down the photo booth pictures from our fridge. Scrubbed the couch cushions. Threw away the coffee jar. Every object became a wound. I cried in the shower. I cried in the grocery store. I cried in line at the bank when they asked me, "Any plans for spring?" "No," I whispered, "not anymore." But then something changed. One morning I made a cup of coffee, just for me. I drank it on the fire escape alone. The sun hit my face. And I didn't cry. I joined a book club. Repainted the living room. Got a plant, killed it, got another one. Started therapy. I found new laughter, quieter mine. The apartment still echoed sometimes. But it no longer felt haunted. Just different. Just mine. A few months later, I ran into Sasha. At the corner cafe. She was with Theo. He looked like the tiles, beige, too clean. She hugged me too fast, too tight. "You look well," she said. I nodded, smiled politely. She hesitated. "I miss our late-night talks." I said nothing. She looked down. I was going through a lot too, you know. It wasn't easy for me either. I nodded again. She searched my face for something. I didn't give it. I walked away. Left her there, coffee in hand, words unspoken.